Episode of Hollywood Matrimony's TV Tuesdays. I'm so excited. We're coming to you live from Blakey Manor. Hey. And this is
we need to do something about the background. I'm sorry, we got to move some things around.
There's a big hole over here on the shelf.
I know, it's because
I don't like it.
The problem is the full side of the shelf is on that side. So
or that side.
Well, no, this side, because where the couch would sit, if you look down, it's full on this side. Over here where it stops, because it's so you can see.
Well, you need to work on that. This is your room.
I guess I could just move the Disney section over here in the open deck section.
Who knows?
No, I can't. It's longer. We'll figure it out.
Oh, well. Anyways, make sure you're checking out our websites. You're so dumb. Hollywood Matrimony.
Did you just call our website? Oh, you're so dumb.
Because I'm thinking, what does it matter? I got sidetracked still thinking about the big hole over there. But then I'm like, no, check out the website, HollywoodMatrimony.com. Make sure you're always going up to the top where it says contest. And then there's always new content being posted like every day. You're watching us now on YouTube. Sorry, thank you.
This show is exclusively on YouTube.
You can find us on Facebook as well, and on Instagram, and on the Twitter.
And all of our shows are exclusively on YouTube, except for our Sunday live show, which you can also find on our Facebook page. It is a simulcast show.
Right now, I'm eating this lovely popcorn, and the dog is trying to get some. That's why you're going to see him running back and forth. Well, you might not see him on the camera, but
just make sure you only give me the cheese. I don't give me any of the caramel.
But that's why there's so much caramel left.
Well, I haven't given any of this.
Well, the cat's here too, and she wants some, but I'm not.
Her eyes are big today too. She's like
popcorn.
That cat is crazed.
Well, y'all have never met this cat.
So today we're going to talk about Gymkata.
Oh my gosh, she's been bringing up Gymkata for weeks.
We're not talking about this today?
No.
Okay, well, we'll bring up Gymkata
That's the wrong show, buddy. That's Martial Arts Mondays.
I bring Gymkata into every show now.
Oh, Lord. Anyways, no, today's TV Tuesday. We were talking about TV shows that we're currently watching.
So if you've ever seen, well, we're going to talk about, this today probably a little bit different because I haven't watched a lot of new stuff.
What have you been doing?
I've been having to catch up on movies that I had to review and been catching up on shows that I watch regularly, that some like Claws that we've already talked about on this show. What's it called? Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'll probably talk about next week because I think it's fixing to be over.
Okay.
So I'll talk about it then. Krypton I'm behind on. So I've only got like one or two shows to talk about. So on my side, I'm going to talk a lot about TV news that's come out.
Okay.
And then she's got shows. If you've ever seen our Hollywood Matrimony live show, she's going to talk more about shows that she's already been talking about. She says they haven't
not on this show.
She says we haven't talked about on this show. I remember it differently, but it may be wrong. But I know I also live with this all the time. So it blurs together because the woman is ridiculous. She's a ridiculous human being. She's ridiculous. So anyway, I'm going to let you start.
Anyways, first, let me update you. I'm all up to date right now on 90 Day Fiancé the other way, and that show is dumb because these people are so stupid. Why would you go to another country to marry someone?
Why would you watch a show about somebody going to another country?
Because my friend Kristen from work was like, oh, you should watch 90 Day Fiancé, and I got hooked on it. I have to know what happened.
I have to set some context for you people that are watching the show about this knucklehead here. She was Mrs. Anti-reality show forever.
Forever and ever.
It would talk trash about people that watched it, how stupid it was. We were all scripted television. And for the most part, I still am.
Right.
Like, I watch it, like, we watched all the Gordon Ramsay stuff. That stuff was different. We did watch, and I blamed myself. I got her into watch because I fell in love with them so bad. They're great shows like Honey Boo Boo and Duck Dynasty. And you got sucked into them too because of me watching them. But I knew they were bad shows. It wasn't delusional of this is a good show. So even 600 Pound Life that she talks about every episode, and it's gotten so bad that now I'm bringing it up.
I wasn't even going to mention
it. I know, but I watched it, or we watched it together when it first started way back, however long way back was. And
season 7.
She suddenly somehow made this weird circle back to 600 Pound Life out of nowhere. And I blame you canceling cable. So then you found it.
And no choice.
And went back to it. And so now everything is the same kind of show. It's like she watches a lot of scripted TV too.
I do.
But everything is.
Well, since we're talking on reality, let me tell you about another some of my other favorite shows.
Oh my God.
Dr. Pimple Popper now has her own TV show. Hopefully you guys are watching it. It's also on TLC, I believe.
Yeah, and if you hadn't seen it, it's basically, there's a bunch of them out there, but it was the one that was the most streamed popular posts people would share, look at somebody
On
popping a
YouTube and
pimple.
stuff.
People used to watch them all the time, but in return, it finally got its own
Yeah,
series.
so she has her own series. So you should check it out because you get a little bit more background on the people and the struggles they're having with these things that are growing on them. My question, though, is like if you have a growth, why would you let it go for years and years? There are people on there that have had these things like in their head or on their neck for years.
Well, I get it sometimes because sometimes somebody, they might have gone to a doctor. The doctor's like, it's a Zin, you're fine. If it's not dangerous, a lot of people will go on about it. It's funny you mentioned it. You know who Lemmy is from Motorhead?
No.
Okay, well, he was the lead singer. I believe it was Motorhead. No, not Motorhead, Motorhead.
Okay.
Anyway, he's passed away now. Let me rest in peace. I have to go here so she'll know what I'm talking about. He sang Triple H's theme song. Want to play the game? You know what I'm talking about? His entrance
That's
music?
Triple X, right?
Yes, Triple H's theme song.
Whatever.
So anyway,
Who knows?
Lemmy, the reason I bring him up is
Okay.
it is relevant to the conversation, and Howard Stern was talking about it this week, is Lemmy had these big berry type things on his face.
Goodness.
And he had a beard, but they were big.
Yeah.
You know, big enough to like hair didn't grow on them kind of thing. And Howard was talking about things like, why wouldn't you have those removed? And then he talked about, man, I wish I could just have that badass consciousness of, I don't care, I'm going to keep it. I don't even care. And like, because Lemmy was like that. It was this rock and roll. He didn't give a crap. And
No, well, now
Anyway.
he needs to go visit Dr. Lee on Dr.
well, he's
Pimple
dead
Popper.
now.
Oh, well, anyways, with
That was
at
harsh.
least the Dr. Pimple Popper show, you get the background of the people and what they're going through. So I enjoy it. It does get kind of grody sometimes and kind of
Did
bloody.
you just use the word grody?
Grody. I'm from the 80s. And sometimes there's some squirtiness and some
Totally
blood.
gross.
Oh my God. So just beware. The other one, though, because I watch Dr. Pimple Popper, it recommends shows. And it's like, hey, would you like to watch Tobro? I so identify with this show. So Tobro is another doctor.
How do you identify with it?
Because I have a non-ending
You mess with your feet
lifelong
all the time.
problem with
It's
ingrown
gross.
toenails.
Let me
Because
tell you
I
something
have
else
ingrown
gross that she
toenails.
does with her feet that I think everybody's to know.
What are you about to say?
You're about to find out when I tell the world. So she's always like, gets home, you know, and will take off her shoes or whatever the case is. And she'll be like, I think my feet smell.
So
Right?
then you do this.
So she puts her feet to smell them. But what you might not see from the straightforward angle is she doesn't just smell her feet. She shoves her toes on either side of her nose and sniffs her feet.
Does it
So that
everywhere?
means her entire face
This
now
is
smells
not
like
true.
dirty feet.
I don't rub my feet on my face. I go like this and smell like.
No, you don't have this face. When you're doing it, when nobody's...
Don't be jealous because I can get my foot up here.
I'm happy that you can get her foot up there.
You're weirdo.
No, she puts her
No,
face in her
and then
face,
I also do this to the dog. Here, smell my foot.
and he walks away from her because her feet
Sometimes the
stink.
cat will smell my feet.
But she does. She
You
puts
wanna
her whole
smell
foot
my
over
foot?
there, and then she wants
Look,
to.
she's smelling it.
And then she wants to kiss me.
Y'all can't see it.
Look, I'm not kissing your feet face.
Anyways, not the point.
That's the same cat that eats your toenails.
She does, which is weird.
Nasty.
And that was just by accident. I was trimming my toenails, and
Because
you
y'all
know,
are all
then I was
disgusting.
gonna throw them away, and they were gone because she.
You're
ate them.
really a disgusting human being.
But why do cats eat toenails? That's
No,
weird.
the question
This
is
is
why am I
witchcraft.
married to you? Is the question.
Because you love me and I give you popcorn. Anyways, Tobro. Tobro is Dr. Jonathan Tomino.
Is that old guy?
Yeah, it's Dr.
Ooh.
Jonathan. No, not him.
Oh.
This guy.
No.
Anyways, his
dumb.
dad was a podiatrist and he's a podiatrist, and man,
And they
there
all need a
are some-
psychiatrist.
There are some funky feet out there. I thought mine ingrown toenail problems are bad. There are people that have some massive problem and pain.
I cannot get away from people with foot issues.
Why?
Well, I got you with your feet on your face and
I
sniffing
don't put
them.
my feet on my face.
She does. I'm going to take Kat to a picture of it one of these days, and I'm going to post it online. And then she's going to be like, okay, it was one time. So I'm going to take a series of them in different outfits. But she's always picking and digging at her feet. And
I
this
have
and
ingrown
that.
toenails. I gotta cut them out.
When I was a kid, my grandmother was always having corns and
I
whatnot.
don't have that.
What was that weird walk? My best friend growing up always had an athlete's foot, so
Oh, I don't
he
have
would do
any
this
of that.
thing where I'm not
Never
gonna
had any of
I'm not
those.
gonna say his name, but he would get on the couch, right?
You want me to say his name?
No, he's not even online, but
No, it wouldn't
he's a
matter.
teacher, so I don't want to do
Oh,
anything.
that's true now.
But yes, I'm best friend is a history,
We know a lot of
a
teachers.
high school history teacher. he would get on the couch, you know, where kids would be on the couch watching TV, and I'd be sitting like this, right? He'd lay on the couch over here, and then he would put his foot, because you know how you have your cushions and you have the frame, and the frame's like that wood.
Yeah.
He would just put his foot under the frame, under the cushion at the frame, and he'd grind his foot using the frame to stitch his athlete's foot.
Why did you just get the medicine?
Oh, he did. I believe he had spray and put some, but he was always grinding his feet. And I was just like, dude, stop, that's nasty. And then he put his feet on me. So now I got this guy that I grew up with. I had my grandmother with her corns. Now I got you with your foot face. It's like you're surrounded by feet. And then I live in a world of barefootedness. Because all of my martial arts world is like I'm barefooted 24/7, and I have no foot problems. I don't know what you people's problems.
You don't have foot problems. Sometimes you get a little gangly toenail, like.
Well, that's like if I don't cut my toenails, I just need to get them.
Or sometimes they break, and you have like.
What breaks?
If you hit your toe and you break your toe.
Oh, well, yeah, and then I just cut it and move on.
Anyways, so you should watch Tobra. I will warn you, that one does get a little bit gross because he'll shove a thing underneath the toenail to pry it off. So if you're queasy at all, don't watch it. There have been people on the show with the people, like this lady took her daughter in. The mom fainted in the chair just watching.
I'm sorry, what y'all don't see off camera is directly right here. Like, leave your hand here. Right here.
You can't see my hand.
No, put your hand. Her hand is right here, okay, where I'm touching, right? This is where her bag of popcorn is sitting on the table. Right straight down between her hand and her leg that's crossed is a dog eye. He's looking like this, just trying to get popcorn, and he's giving me the look like I have any sort of control over this. I feel like I'm being judged.
This is my afternoon snack, man.
Anyway, I haven't even eaten lunch yet.
You didn't?
No.
Why?
Because I haven't had food. I didn't have time. I was working. And then I didn't know when we were starting the show, so I didn't want to start cooking food.
Yeah.
But then you had to figure out you had a meeting, and I didn't know how long your meeting would take, because I knew as soon as I cooked something, you'd be like, I'm ready for the show.
It's a 1 hour meeting.
So, all right. So is that all you have today, or is that?
And then, no, I have
why
one
don't you
more.
pause it? I'll talk about a couple of my shows, and then we'll get back to that.
I'll talk to one that's not a reality.
And then we'll talk about the news.
Okay.
So the first one I'm talking about, we talked about a little bit last week, or I talked about last week, was Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing is officially finished. For those of you that didn't see the last show or don't know the history of Swamp Thing, this isn't the original movie. This is actually the second Swamp Thing TV series. I don't know if you know that. There was a movie in the 80s, I believe, that Wes Craven directed of the Swamp Thing, which I loved. It used to freak me out when I was a kid. And it's really ridiculous if you watch it now, with Adrian Barbeau. And then there was Swamp Thing Returns, I believe it was called, with Heather Locklear. That I believe Shout Factory put out the collector's edition, but it may have been MVD. Anyway, I just had that and posted a review about it. Then there was a Swamp Thing TV series, which I believe one of the same guys that played the Swamp Thing in the movies returned to play the Swamp Thing.
Dick Durock.
Oh, yeah.
From there to there.
Yeah. Oh, the Swamp Thing Returns. Yeah. So then with the DC Universe streaming service, they put out the brand new Swamp Thing TV series. Derek Mears playing the Swamp Thing creature. And I forgot the girl's name in it. You know her if you look at it. If you look at the cast, you'll know her from something, I'm sure.
One?
Yeah, the top one. Scroll it up. That girl. Crystal Reed.
She was on my other TV
one of those
show.
Vampire shows?
I think so.
But anyway, it was produced
Teen Wolf.
Oh, it was Teen Wolf. Okay, she was the main girlfriend.
Yeah.
But it was produced by James Wan, who did The Conjuring and Insidious and Saw. So when they announced it, it was a big number. I was excited because Swamp Thing was always a horror type comic.
Right.
And then they shifted horror. I say it like that so we don't say horror.
I hear a school bus. Might be delivered.
Well, it's like school students haven't started yet.
Okay.
Anyway, so everybody was super stoked for the new series because it was going to be a horror-esque take on Swamp Thing like it should be. And being on the streaming service, after seeing the Titan show and Doom Patrol, everybody knew that they weren't pulling any punches with the gore and the language and whatnot. And so the new show has, Crystal Reed is it Abby Arcane, I believe it is. You have Virginia Madsen, you got Jennifer Beals.
I love Jennifer Beals.
She plays like a sheriff in it. So it's got a good cast in it. Derek Mears is you've seen Derek Mears and other stuff, and he's one of these guys that's usually like a creature or whatever, but he's done a lot of stuff out of suits as well. This is probably the best version of that makeup / costume. It's practical effect costume. It looks just like the comic. It's awesome. He's got these bright red eyes. There's like the comic. But sadly, due to numerous stories, there's either been creative differences. There was something with bookkeeping issue. There was the tax credit issues. Whatever happened after the first episode, they announced it was going to be canceled.
Yikes!
So we were already kind of let down. Like, oh, this show must suck. The show debuts and it's amazing.
Ugh.
So we now got a full season that was awesome with a cliffhanger of a show we're not going to get, but they still have Titans and Doom Patrol and whatnot that they could bring characters in because there's some of the characters that, I mean, they're all part of the same universe. So you can do whatever you want. Or if they do like there's been talk of a movie, so maybe they could do like a movie to, maybe like individual exclusive like TV movie kind of things. They're not even to end it because what the problem with the ending is the show was supposed to be 13 episodes. With the issues, it got dropped to 10.
Oh.
And
had they already made all 13 or no?
No, I don't think. It was in middle production, I believe. But it's crazy because the initial ending of the show, without spoiling it, it has a definitive ending, but it's one of those open ends where it's kind of like the hero saying, well, maybe I should stay and do this. And somebody else says, well, I'll help you. And you end. So you're like, okay, this story arc has ended. It's going to keep going, but this is the end of the show. Yeah. You know, it's kind of like, what was it, Angel? When Angel ended,
yes.
It ended with them going into battle, knowing that the fight's going to keep happening, right? Just the show's over.
Yeah.
So it's very much like that. And then it does the cliffhanger, which introduced a new character, which we knew, if you're a fan, you knew who this character was and it was coming. We just didn't know if we'd ever see it. They also introduced the Blue Devil, which is Ian Ziering.
Mm-hmm.
Ian.
He says Ian, and he gets very upset if you say it wrong.
Ian Ziering has a couple episodes, and he hits the road and takes off. So it's like he's out in the world now. They could do a show with him or whatever. So anyway.
Well, he's busy on 90210.
That's 6 episodes of that.
Which is coming back, and I am excited. We will be talking about it on the show.
So anyway, so it was a good ending of the show. If you haven't checked it out, it's on DC Universe streaming app.
Streaming now.
It's all 10 episodes are now there. It was such a great show. I feel bad that it didn't make it.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
And I don't like when things end on cliffhangers.
Yeah.
It's like Wolf Lake all over again.
The other show, which I can't even say I'm a fan of the show, but I can't quit watching the show.
Uh-oh.
This is one of those guilty pleasure shows, I think. I came across, it's a Netflix series, and I came across it a while back. I didn't know what it was. I saw the cast, so I said, I'll give it a try. And it's a sitcom / kids type show. It reminded me of something like Full House meets.
Oh, look, Anya's on the show today.
This is the elusive Anya.
This is our other cat.
Oh, she said, "Get out of here! I'm the new co-host."
You may never see her again. She does not come out.
I can't stop watching her. She just leaves. Don't jump on stuff over there. You're gonna knock everything over.
She's going to. If you hear it crash, that's why.
Go back the other way. Anyway, this other show, it's kind of like Full House, not Fuller House, but Full House meets, I don't know, like Disney shows, you know?
Okay. Which I like the little Disney shows sometimes.
And the parents in the show are played by Sean Astin and Melissa Joan Hart.
Oh,
so I was like, okay, I'll give it a chance. It's called No Good Nick.
No Good Nick.
And the premise of the show is about
Why have I never watched this?
Because you're not missing anything. It's good and not good all at the same time. It's a show that normally I would never watch. But it's about this girl that shows up at this doorstep at this family's home. And it's distracting. That cat is just pacing.
Just leave her. It's fine.
She wants to watch Gymkhana. It's right here. This girl shows up at these people's house.
Oh, you told me about this.
She shows up at their house claiming to be their cousin. And then come to find out this is like a big scam. So now she lives with them. So every episode is like, it's funny. I think we talked about it on the show. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it was this show.
It was the other show.
On the live show, we just brought it up.
Yeah.
But they, like the beginning of each show, oh no, she's going behind something, which means something bad could possibly happen. Each show at the opening credits, it shows her with the family fades. We stand here. She's got something in her hand, and whatever's in her hand is usually about the scam for that episode. So
have they not figured it out?
They're always right there on the cusp, and then something happens, and
they're like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, like they were like the their one son who never believed her in the first place. He keeps going to the state and all this stuff, but the people that are her foster family that are actually behind it helping them rob, they're one of them, I believe, is actually a social worker, so she's
Oh,
able to
so she's able
mix
to
the stuff
manipulate
up.
it.
Yeah, so it's just one of those ridiculous shows. It's funny and it's has some heartwarming moments, but it seems like every time she goes to pull a scam, then she's kind of sucked in because she loves the family now.
They're
So
nice to her.
Yeah, so they're treating her like
Love
family.
will win
Her
in the
dad's
end.
in prison, and he owes
Aw.
money to the mob, and there's like all these scams, and he pulls a scam, and then it gets screwed over, and these people went over to steal something, and she's pulling her own scams and trying to pay them to get rid of it.
Oh my gosh, it's a big.
It's a lot of stuff
brutal-
happens. So the new episodes just hit Netflix, I believe, this past Friday, and that's what I was watching before the show. I already dived into the next few episodes. So No Good Nick, it's not a show that I could recommend as saying, oh, this is a great show. It's one of those stories. And the girl that's the star of the show, I don't remember her name. She did do a lot of the Disney TV shows, so that's why it feels that way. Probably it's the same kind of production.
Which one? The snake?
Yeah, Sienna Agudong.
I don't know.
Agudong.
I don't know.
So anyway, if you want it, it's one you can watch with your kids. A
That's
family
good.
show. It's a little 30-minute
I like
show. No Good Nick.
I like that if you can watch shows with your kids because sometimes you can't anymore. Like it's
Well,
very
it's one of those that
distinct.
I couldn't see it. That's what I'm saying about being like Full House, like the original. It could be a show that could possibly have been like an old school sitcom type show you'd watch on ABC or something. But at the same time, it still has a little bit of the Disney Channel type flair to it without being goofy. You know, it's like always a scam or whatever. So anyway, No Good Nick is on Netflix now with new episodes streaming.
All right.
Go ahead.
Then the other thing that I was telling you
Oh,
was,
really?
yes, really, is I want to go back and finish all the series.
Back to school.
I'm surprised you would do a Grease reference. You don't like that.
I don't like it, but
That movie.
it just fit the moment.
That's what I normally do. That's how cool it seems when I just bust into songs.
That's not how cool it seems. That's how annoying it
It's
is.
so great.
Yeah, go ahead.
Anyway, so I'm going to go back and try to catch up and finish
Back
all of
back to school. This is how my life is. Every time I try to say something, she starts singing.
I do.
And then we get over it, we fight about it, and then I'll say the word again, and she starts doing it again. And then doesn't understand why I'm pissed off.
Life is a song. It should be sung. To finish up all of the series that I haven't finished. What are you looking at Freddie for?
I'm trying to figure out why he's got a coonskin hat on his shoulder.
I asked you that.
Did you?
Yes.
I don't know.
It's Freddy Krueger. Just ignore it.
We have a life-size Freddy Krueger. Then I'm going to move over here for the shows. So go
Well,
ahead.
Halloween's coming. Oh, so I'm going back and trying to finish
This is
all of
Halloween.
the.
This is Halloween.
Oh, trying to finish all of the series I never finished, which there are many. So right now I've gone back and I'm watching The Killing.
I don't think I ever finished that one either.
I didn't either. I think we left off midway through season
I
3.
think I finished season 3, but I don't think I ever
See,
watched
and I
season
did.
4.
So I'm going back and watching
Yeah.
season 3. I'm going to
Excuse me.
finish up season 4.
Sorry about that.
Then the other thing I want to kind of wrap up is Elementary. I think we missed the last 2 seasons. So I'm
I
going to go
didn't.
watch that.
Well, you may be happy to know that,
What's that?
I don't know if I get it, but I requested the complete series. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see if it shows up for a review.
I need to finish watching Russian Doll because
Eh,
we started it and left off, and I
yeah,
think
we
you
watched
lost-
it when we were in
You lost
Chicago.
momentum. I didn't. I'm excited, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna start watching that again. So that's kind of what I'm working on right now. So I'm sure you guys have some of those as well, where you start
I have a
something.
ton of those too.
I know. So I'm gonna go finish them. I finally did finish Teen Wolf.
Oh, did
But
you?
now
So,
what I have to finish are all my superhero shows because I missed out on that huge crossover.
and it's already leading into the new crossover, which I'm going to be talking about today.
I might have watched the crossover. I don't know.
No,
I
you
think,
didn't.
did I not?
No.
So I did watch all of Supergirl last season and Arrow, but I need to watch Flash. Didn't I or did I not? No, I think
no, you
I
didn't watch
left
the
off.
new. You watched last season. You haven't watched. I mean, the season before. You haven't watched any. Of these
Oh my
seasons.
gosh, I'm so like a season and a half behind on some of them.
Yeah,
or 2
because
behind.
The big crossover this last season, which was the one you would know if you saw it. In every one of the episodes, the Flash, Arrow, and Supergirl, they're in sequence right before the crossover started. Was all the
To the
same
next-
scene.
Oh.
Every one of them had the exact same scene.
So I've
And
got to
so,
get
yeah.
caught up. I am so behind. I haven't looked. The other show I want to watch is the one with because I never finished that show either.
From American Horror Story.
No, the boy that ended up going to be on the doctor show
Never touched me.
where he kills his mother or whatever.
Oh, Bates Motel.
Bates Motel. I never finished Bates Motel. Obviously, I know how it ends. I've seen the movie, but I want to see the show was so good. That was such a good show,
Yeah.
but I never finished it. So
Well, speaking
that's
of which,
my list of things to watch.
the rest of this we're going to go through real quick is just some TV news and
Ooh.
most of it's stuff you don't know about.
I'm excited.
So, since you brought up the superhero shows,
Yes.
they've been
Gotta watch
announced,
them all.
so it's not really spoilers, I guess. But the next big crossover is Crisis on Infinite Earth, and at the end of the crossover in the last season, it said Crisis of Infinite Earth, so we knew this crossover was coming, right? They are going huge for this one. Not only, I think we talked about it on the other show, I believe. We might have talked about it here, but they announced that San Diego Comic-Con, that Brandon Routh was going to return as not only the Atom, which he plays in Legends of Tomorrow, but he's also going to be playing Superman again. He plays Superman in Superman Returns.
Yeah.
So he'll play. We think the
I liked him in that.
people think
film.
it's gonna. Yeah, the movie's not good, but he's good.
He was good. He
But
looked
they
good.
think that he may be playing the Kingdom Come Superman, which I know you don't.
I don't know what that means. Is this a comic?
It is where Superman was older and he had gray on the side of his hair, and he was. Brandon Routh is a little small for that version,
Yeah.
but for the show, it's fine. They announced Burt Ward is returning as Robin, who played
What?
Robin in the '60s announced
What?
yes, they were announced Linda Carter is coming back as Wonder Woman.
Oh, I gotta see it. I gotta
They
see it.
announced Tom Welling is coming back as Superman.
Oh,
I believe
that's so
I just read
good.
today possibly
I
that
never saw how that ended.
Michael Rosenbaum may be returning as Lex Luthor.
He's so good.
Those are the Smallville people.
Have you ever listened to his podcast?
No, I don't listen to anybody's podcast.
Okay.
They said that Kevin Conroy, who voices Batman on Batman the Animated Series, is going to finally, for the first time ever, get to play a live-action version of Bruce Wayne.
I am
So we all assume it's going to be the old
happy.
version like you see on Batman Beyond.
because I love him.
Which he played on Batman.
Batman.
He was Batman Beyond, too. He played Batman.
Yes, the old,
in that,
old
so,
grumpy Batman.
There's already fan art out now.
Oh my gosh!
Where they
I
took
am
pictures of
so
him and they aged him and put him in the turtleneck.
You can't imagine.
So he's like stoked. He posted on Twitter the other day, finally live action. And
yes.
there's rumors. This is a rumor. I don't know if any facts to this. There's been a rumor supposedly that they may be trying to bring Mark Hamill back to play the Joker,
Oh, that would
which
be
he did the
cool.
voice in the anime series, but never played him live action.
He did
And of
great.
course, all the other characters from the TV shows, and one of the big ones, which really not as big as those other announcements. They said that Black Lightning will be part of Crisis on Infinite Earth. Will be the first edition of him because that
That's
show has
cool.
been separate from the
Yes.
rest of the universe.
I'm not even-
And this is the final season.
So
of
do
it.
I need to go watch Black Lightning?
Yeah, you should. There's 2 seasons of it.
I'm adding it to the list.
I don't even think you started Black
I
Lightning.
did.
You watched
I
maybe
watched like the
episodes.
first episode.
And this is also upcoming season is the final season of Arrow. That show is going to end now,
He seems like such a nice kid.
and they're going to be premiering Batwoman this season. So
Who's
she
that
shows up.
woman?
Who's playing her?
Yeah.
Ruby Rose plays her. Ruby Rose. She did well.
Is. I
She
don't
did
know if
good.
she would look good.
She's in the crossover from this last season as Batwoman.
Why are you spoiling it?
Because everybody already knew it. It wasn't a secret. It was already out.
Well, I didn't know.
And the trailers are all online about the new Batwoman series, so get over yourself. Not my fault you're
I'm
behind.
very mad.
Anyway, don't be mad. But I will say what's fun about that part of the crossover when they brought in the Batwoman episode, they made a bunch of references. They basically brought the fact that Batman does exist
Yeah.
in this universe because we've
Yeah.
always ignored
I've
Batman
never seen it.
because they can't have Batman on the show for whatever reason.
And then they screwed up the whole story
They
with
did the same thing by saying they couldn't
Arrow.
without Superman. Well, that's the joke they've made. They keep making references of, you want to be Batman. Kind of, there's some of that stuff. So, because
Yeah.
all of Arrow's series has been mostly Batman storylines.
It's been mostly Rush Up Gold. It had nothing to do with him.
Well,
It did, but not
it has to do with the
More
DC universe, but it
prominently-
was more prominently with Batman.
Batman's story.
Raj Al Ghul has bothered other people, but
Or Ra's al Ghul.
Rassy Hassy.
Right.
So moving on away from that, so there's a lot of news here. I'm going to go through kind of quick for you.
Okay.
I
need to
make
know.
sure I get past one. In the superhero genre, they just released a trailer for Titans Season 2, which is also on the DC Universe app, the same one that does Swamp Thing. It's a little darker, violent take, but not as dark as some people might have thought.
Is this a live action
It
series?
is live action.
Okay.
That's the trailer where Robin's like F Batman, and this is that series.
I see.
The first season was really good. It brought the Titans together. And it ended with an after credit scene that promised some new stuff. So the new trailer dropped today, and it did in fact prove on the new trailer that Superboy will be showing up. Crypto shows up, and Deathstroke, which I believe is being played by Isai Morales. I believe that's who it was.
Love. I love.
I don't know if I
him,
like
by
him
the
as
way.
Deathstroke, but we'll
No,
see.
but I love him.
I like him too, but I don't know how.
I've loved him ever since what?
La Bamba.
La Bamba.
I love him. I love him as an actor as well, but I also love Deathstroke, and I don't know how I'm gonna like.
Is he in Mayans? Is he the only other Hispanic person?
No, but he was in not Isai Morales. I'm not thinking of. No, he wasn't in either one. I was going to say he was in Sons of Anarchy, but that was the guy that plays at Bell and Tilly's. And he was also in
something I can look
Dexter and playing like the district attorney in Dexter. What is that guy's name?
We're gonna find out.
He was later episodes.
This guy?
No. Keep going. Hold on. We need to know now. It was later episodes. Jimmy Smits. He's the one I was thinking.
Wow, they do not look anything alike.
No. I just remember the Hispanic.
Is Jimmy Smits in Mayans?
No, he's in Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, he is?
Yeah. He played like a head of the Mexican.
And then the other thing we found out is that Hector Elizondo never has played any kind of a gang member.
Okay, let's be
or
clear.
anything.
We didn't find this out. She just out of nowhere decided, I'm going to see if he's ever played
Well, no,
this.
because I'm so curious. Because right now in film and TV is such a great time that we're getting to explore other ethnic genres, which I love. I love that we have Asians, we have Samoans, we have,
You say Samoans?
Samoans.
Okay.
Not Samoa's the cookie, but Samoans in the movie with.
They're not called that anymore.
What are they?
I don't remember what
They
call
changed
them.
the cookies. We're mad at you, Girl
Yeah.
Scouts.
Moving on.
Anyways,
Titans season
so
2.
we have Mayans.
Titans season 2 is hitting DC Universe app on September 6th, so it's not very far. Also in development.
What's that?
Their Nickelodeon apparently has just announced that they're going to make an all new Garfield series, which I'm excited. I don't know if it's going to be computer animation or straight animation. Which I'm a huge Garfield fan.
What's your favorite character, Garfield?
Yeah, well, I'm a fan of the whole
Guess
thing.
who I like?
Odie.
No.
Oh, you like Nermal.
Nermal. Cousin Nermal.
My entire art style is based off Jim Davis and that art style.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big fan of the CGI stuff they did with Garfield.
Yeah.
Animated series, they were fine. It just didn't feel like Garfield to me, and the movies are horrible. Although Bill Murray as Garfield is hilarious. But I did like also Garfield and the Animal Friends, Farm Friends, whatever.
I did like that with that pig. He was so angry. That pig was grumpy.
So anyway, I don't know what they're doing with it. I know that Jim Davis, I think, is still involved with it. So hopefully it'll be working. There's another new Netflix series. I think it's based on a kids series, a book called The Babysitter's Club.
Yeah, I remember Babysitter's Club.
Well, let's get its own series starring Alicia Silverstone.
On
Netflix.
MG. I am in. I don't even care.
That's why I added this to the news segment.
Love Alicia.
I could care. I could give two craps about this show, but I knew she loves Alicia. The other one I brought up just for you too is the show Stumptown that's coming out this year. That shows Kobe Smulders.
Yeah.
As well as Jake Johnson from New Girl, Michael Ealy, who you like. He's the guy from. He was in The Intruder, but he was in the second season of what was that show? Oh my God!
How do you spell it?
EALY. What's that one?
Oh, love him. He's so cute.
What's the name of that stupid show? Wayward Pines? Is that the one he was in?
No.
The murder show that he was a part of? Secrets and Lies.
Secrets and Lies.
Yeah, well, he was in the second season.
Season 2. I never finished that. Let's write that on the list. Secrets and Lies.
I'm pretty sure we finished that.
Uh-uh.
But anyway, it's based on the graphic novel by Greg Rucka. And it's about Kobe Smulders' character as like a PI who has like gambling debt and is alcoholic. Doesn't work well with the cops, so it's one of those kind of cop dysfunctional shows. Whitney Cummings has a new stand-up special on Netflix.
Oh, that's fun.
That was pretty fun. And also another one exciting for you, Adam Wingard, who is the director of a couple of movies I love. You're Next, The Guest. He's also directing Godzilla vs. Kong.
Godzilla.
He is developing a new TV show for Amazon based on
what?
Event Horizon.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yes.
I'm the only one that liked that movie.
I like the concept of the movie. I know there's a lot of people like that movie. I like the concept and the horror aspect of it. I just thought it was a missed opportunity.
You guys, I like that movie so much. I always want to watch it. It's the ship that goes into space.
So you can see the work I put into mine.
Hell.
The work I put into mine is all to get stupid reactions like this.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm going to go watch that movie right now.
Do we have it?
I think we did. I think we bought it just for me.
We have it on Blu-ray. We have them all. Anyway, so that's the movie news. There's a lot more movie news out there, but that's the stuff I just went with for today. Because
Thanks for trying to make me happy, babe.
it was all that just in a bag of popcorn.
All
right.
You're so silly. Was that it?
That's it for
Oh
today.
my gosh, that was a long show. We're
That's
so
it for
sorry.
today. Don't apologize for the glorious
All right.
greatness.
Well, thank you so much for watching TV
Sorry we don't have
Tuesdays.
time to talk about Gymkhana today, but we'll get to it eventually.
That's like you're presenting your Lord and Savior there. Have you heard about Gymkhana?
Have you heard about Gymkhana?
Oh my gosh. It combines the amazingness of gymnastics with the powerfulness of karate.
And a new martial art is born. Gymkata.
Thank you so much for watching TV Tuesdays. Please check out our website, HollywoodMatrimony.com. You can find us here on YouTube, obviously, at Hollywood Matrimony. We're on Facebook at Hollywood Matrimony. We're on the Instagram at Hollywood Matrimony. And then we're on Twitter at Hollywood Matter, MATR, because they cut off how many spaces you can have.
And don't forget, on our website at HollywoodMatrimony.com, we have a couple of giveaways going on. We are still giving away digital copies of Avengers Endgame. We're also giving away a DVD copy of, I believe it's called SpongeBob, the best 200 episodes ever.
Wow.
So we're giving away that copy, which I think is makes it like season 1 through 9 or something
That's
like that
lot.
in one collection. I also fixed and post a giveaway for the movie The Hustle, starring Rebel Wilson and Anne Hathaway. We'll be doing that. And also, don't forget, we have the Chuck Norris debacle. If you don't know what I'm referring to, go back to episode 153 of Hollywood Matrimony Live, where we talked about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. At the end of the show, there is a story based on this Blu-ray right here. And if you want a chance to win it, right here. And what I've decided, get this. What I've decided for my martial arts movie Monday next week, the contest will relation to what my favorite Chuck Norris movie is, but you need to watch the show. I will be revealing the answer to the contest by doing an episode about said movie.
Oh, cool.
So next week will be
find out
about what my favorite Chuck Norris movie is. But go watch this to figure out how to win a copy of this. And it's a really funny story.
I made 2 guesses and I was wrong because the first guess was my favorite movie.
And I've had a bunch of guests. I've had a couple of posted publicly. I've had a couple of messages, a couple of emails, and I've had a couple of people got it right. So it's going to come down to some random draws.
Okay, that's exciting.
So
all right.
We'll see. We'll see.
Well, if you're watching, you have to subscribe.
Yeah, so don't forget to subscribe. But before that, don't forget about all of our different content in our shows.
Oh my gosh, we have so much stuff happening. Today's Tuesday.
On Thursday, I'll be right back here with you with the weekly update.
Okay.
Probably bringing up some of the stuff I just talked about on TV, as well as movie news and trailers and what's been going on in the world of Hollywood matrimony and Hollywood in general. And then we'll be here on Sunday, 7 p.m. Central Time, for Hollywood Matrimony Live that will simulcast on our Facebook page as well. This week we will be talking about The Kitchen, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, possibly Dora and the Lost City of Gold,
Dora the Exploradora,
and whatever else we happen to come across. And then you'll circle back to Monday for Martial Arts Movie. To Martial Arts Movie Monday, where we'll be talking about. I'll be doing my deep dive breakdown into a martial arts flick of my choice for my collection, and then back here on Tuesday for another episode of TV Tuesdays with the lovely Mrs. So,
all right. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. And make sure you hit the subscribe button down below.
Or watch it later.
If you see
it's
later,
over here.
It's over here. And you can go over here. You can check out some random clips, trailers, or something else of whatever happens to show up.
There you go. Thank you for watching. Bye.
And just remember, watch TV.